Hello everybody and welcome to another video brought to you by this amazing human being right here, also known as Alice. And today I'm gonna be bringing you the intimidating, this is very it's 2018, you should be able to handle some boobs, it's fine. But today I'm bringing you the intimidating TBR book tag, which has existed for a period of time. I figured since it's the beginning of the year, and this is the year what I would like to, let's say, tackle my TBR. And the most books on my TBR are books that I've had for a long time, but like I bought them and then I was like, for some reason I couldn't bring myself to read it. So most of my TBR I've owned for a while. So I thought I'd go through some of the most intimidating books on my TBR and talk about why they're intimidating. And that's why. So the first question is, what book have you been unable to finish? This book. I started this a few years ago when it came out, somewhere around that time. I bought it because I love the cover and I love the cool pages. And then I started reading it. And I read like maybe 50 pages. Oh, I have a bookmark. Yeah, on page 65. I forgot the fact that I have a really hard time firstly with sci-fi. I don't know why. It's the genre that I have a really hard relationship with because I have a hard time getting into the story usually. Some books are okay, like the Lunar Chronicles, love them. Some books like this, I just don't like the space setting. I don't enjoy the space setting. I was just like, no, I don't enjoy this. This is very boring. I also don't really like the way the story is told. It feels very superficial to me. I don't feel like I'm getting into it. I don't feel like I'm finding any connections within the story. So I just stopped reading it. And I don't feel like reading it. Maybe one day I will, you know, I'm not gonna say never because a lot of people love it. But for now, it's just pretty and it's just gonna stay on my bookshelf because it's pretty. So the second question is, what book have you yet to read because you just haven't had the time? And for that, I have Hollow City, the second novel of the Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Home for. So the story with this book is that I read the first one, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Swedish, a while back, and I wasn't really impressed. But then for some reason when I saw this in a secondhand bookstore and it was cheap, I was like, hell yeah, I didn't like the first book, but it's pretty, cause it really is pretty. So I told myself that I had to buy it. My hands were tied, so I bought it. And now that it's been sitting on my shelf for a while, I am interested in rereading the first one in English because I think that would improve my opinion of it because I can't read in Swedish anymore. And I read it in a time where I was still reading Swedish, but I didn't enjoy reading Swedish. I was beginning to feel like Swedish was a very annoying language, which I still think. So I truly think that if I reread the first one in English, I will like it, and therefore I can read the second one, but I haven't had the time to read the first one in English, and therefore I haven't really had the time to read this one, or the chance, whatever. So yeah, that's that. So the third question is, what book have you yet to read because it's a sequel? And for this, I have Crooked Fucking Kingdom. I don't even want to look at this book right now because I'm seeing it everywhere. It's haunting me and everyone's like, oh my god, it's my favorite book. And I'm like, fuck you, I haven't read it yet. Stop fucking nagging at me. I don't know how to justify this. I don't think there's any justification to be made why I haven't read it, but I read the first one, of course, Six of Crows, back in the day. I don't know time. I really enjoyed it. It was hard to get into in the beginning, but I really liked it in the end. And I was really intrigued with the ending, and I bought this one, not actually that long ago, but definitely like in the summer. But it's one of my resolutions this year to read it, and I want to read it very soon. The thing is, I don't really remember anything, and I do not want to reread the first one. It will take me too long. So I just need to like find a summarization of the book and just read it, and then read this, and I will. I don't know when, but I will. Because I know I love it. I already love like the whole criminal gang and the whole heist thingy. But yeah, so the fourth question is, what book have you what book have you yet to read? Because it is brand new. And that I have 2 books, because I just got them. I just got home from school, found them waiting for me in the kitchen. Nightshade by an author, Andrea Kramer. She can control her pack, but not her heart. So I know it's about werewolves, and it's paranormal, I think, and I have just been craving a good ass paranormal story, and I'm excited to read this. I might actually start reading it the second I turn the camera off. And the second is And I Dorken. I don't know anything about this. I know there's a fantasy. I mean, from what it says in the back, I don't remember what it's about, but no one expects a princess to be brutal. From New York Times bestseller Kristen White is the author, comes a dark, sweeping new series in which heads will roll, bodies will be impaled, and hearts will be broken. And also, BuzzFeed has commented that it's sinister, suspenseful, and unapologetically feminist. And I honestly don't need more encouragement to read this. And it's beautiful. The cover is beautiful. And I've seen it on BookTube, so I was like, I bought it and I want to read it, but I haven't had the time because I just got it. And the fifth is, what book have you yet to read because you read a book by the same author and you didn't enjoy it? And for that, I have Holding Up the Universe. I read that book. She only has 2 books, right? You know, that fucking book. The book that was everywhere, that annoying piece of book. With the post-its on it and the blue background and like all these broken places. No, all these broken places or something like that. I read it and I didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't like any of the character. I wanted the story to move me. I really wanted it to move me. It didn't. I didn't feel anything. Which is like almost worrying. Because it was a sad story, but I was left uncaring basically. But this one is gosh darn it pretty. Also sounds very cool. And the thing is, I read the first page. Yeah, it's like not really the first page, but it's like a note from one of the characters. It was almost. Wow, I'm actually gonna read you the first sentence because I really like doing that. So, I'm not a shitty person, but I'm about to do a shitty thing, and you will hate me, and some other people will hate me, but I'm going to do it anyway to protect you and also myself. I mean, that's just the first sentence, and I read that and I was like, okay. I still haven't read it, because I'm afraid, because I didn't like the first one, and I don't want to be disappointed, because it's so pretty, and it sounds amazing. But the thing is, my friend, who we read the same books, but we usually don't have the same opinion. She loved All the Bright Places. All the Bright Places! Yes! And I didn't like it, but she read this one and she didn't really like it, which makes me think that perhaps, balance, I will like this one. But yeah. So the sixth is, what book have you yet to read because you haven't been in the mood for it? And that, my friends, is The Sun is Also a Star. I am very excited about this. I know that I love it. I know that for a fact. I can just sense it. I read everything by the same author, and it was amazing. I loved it, and I know I'm gonna love this, and I'm very excited. I'm not interested in contemporary right now. I will be, because I love contemporary and I have like this. I just fall into like a contemporary, I don't know, craze. So I will definitely read it. The seventh is, what book have you yet to read because it's humongous? And I have 2 books for this again. And firstly, that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Yeah, this book is a bit. I think it looks cool, honestly. I mean, it's yeah, I started reading this one I also think oh, I have the bookmark in! Yeah, 60 pages. I have a thing for 60 pages apparently. I started reading it by the same time I started reading Illuminate, and it just wasn't the time for this book. I am intrigued, and I know that I want to read it, but it just was too heavy. The story was too heavy, the writing was too heavy at the time because I was really stressed out with school. It just didn't work. There's something about either the writing or maybe the story, I don't really know, but I have like, it takes a lot of effort to read it for me, but I really want to read it because everyone loves it so much. And the next humongous book is, this one is simply because it's fucking big and ain't nobody got time for that basically, and that is the complete collection of the complete illustrated works of Edgar Allan Poe. Here's the bookmark again! Me and my bookmarks. I read like 2 short stories out of this, and I read the poetry because I like his poetry more, especially The Raven. Yeah, it's freaking huge. It's like, and you know, classic takes a long time for me. Leave me alone! I'm not answering my phone anymore. Fucking text me if you want something. So the 8th question is, what book have you yet to read? So the 8th question is, what book have you yet to read because it was a cover by and the ratings turned out to be less than desirable, if we were to say it like that. And that book is This Is Now by Garagathi. It's probably not a hard last name to pronounce at all. I'm just making it hard and complicated. It wasn't so much the cover, I just wanted to buy a book and like nothing was interesting, so I just picked a book. I don't think this one has that great ratings and I haven't heard anyone talking about it. I read a few pages and I kinda might be interested, so I'm keeping it. So we have come to the end for the last final question. What is the most... No, that's probably not how the question goes. It's exactly how the question goes. What is the most intimidating book on your TBR? And this answer might be a bit surprising. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I've already tried to read this one. And like I said before with Illuminate, sci-fi is a very hard genre for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it's like my brain is just unwilling. It's like it's reading and it's like, this is sci-fi, no, like very petty, like childish, like I don't wanna. So I can't read because like my mind keeps like no. So yeah, Peru's project talks so much about this and it sounds so good and I wanna read it, but like it's also very like thick. I wanna read it, but I have no desire to pick it up and actually with my eyes read it. Audiobook. Oh, the solution just came from heaven. My own head is heaven. Apparently, I've never ever used an audiobook. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if this one exists in audiobook. I will find out. Do you ever like just get amazed by how dumb and like slow you are, like how long it takes for you to figure out a simple solution that's been staring right at you for so long? Oh my god, that I haven't thought about that before makes me so mad. Oh. For years, a lot of these books have been sitting on my shelf and I've felt the shame every day. It's in my bones, it's weighing me down, keeping me from my full potential. I hate myself. Potential. Okay, so that was the intimidating TBR book tag. If you read any of these books and you have opinions on these books, let me know, because maybe you can make maybe you can make me want to read one of these books a bit more. So, or if you hated one of the books, let me know so that I don't waste my fucking time on them. So that was everything for this video. I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye. I just fell in a book. I just dropped every book down here and that wasn't really smart. Go away. Okay, bye.